words, pronunciation, focus on that too. Whatever word you pronounce, focus on that. And the technique to do that, focus on your lips movement.
We are good at word, 7%, so maybe you are a phenomenal speaker. But apart from that, if you don't have an idea about your movement, your hand, just how to sit, how to stand, how to speak, so maybe how you can speak, how you can speak effectively with learners, with others.
I can say most of the students, they just focus on learning English, but they don't understand that more than English language, it's your communication that matters.
Something extra because I have a limited knowledge. If I talk to learners, talk to other some YouTubers. So every time I learn some new words, new vocabulary. So that is the best method I can say.
Yeah, amazing. I'm loving you. I'm loving your way of learning. Admire, not admire. Many people say admire. I admire. They say I appreciate. It's not appreciate, it's appreciate.
Disruptive. So good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Ruby. How are you?
Yeah, I am well, absolutely fit. Not absolutely, I'm under the weather. First of all, sorry for yesterday. Yeah.
Okay, so before we talk more in the session, so please tell me more about yourself.
Of course, of course, of course. So my name is Ruby Chaurasia and I am from Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh. And speaking about my qualification, I have done post-graduation and B.Ed as well, Bachelor of Education. And comes to my pride and joy moment. So nowadays I'm learning this amazing language. So I try to talk with, lot of co-learners, YouTubers. And apart from that, I love reading books. Yeah, this is from my side. That's all about from my side.
Okay, that's great.
So earlier days, you are available over there. English Yari. I know about yourself. Yes. I watch your videos on YouTube. Yes, really helpful. Those videos. Bunch of videos I have already watched on your YouTube channel. And even I have also YouTube channel.
Yeah, tell me more about your YouTube channel.
Okay, so I started my YouTube channel maybe 7th month ago. That time I was not able to speak any single sentence. Yeah, that I was really pathetic that time, but now I can easily express, I can easily explain. I'm not saying that I'm like a super, but yeah, now I'm okay. I can easily express, I can easily talk to any person without facing a lot of problems. Even though I am facing a bunch of problems, but I'm figuring out how to overcome. And I believe that this is a language. If we will not try to speak, so we can't speak. So that's the reason I started my YouTube channel, and now I'm talking so many of co-learners in order to enhance my communication skills.
Like
Yeah.
Ruby saying that you were not able to speak at all, not even a single sentence. And now I
Yes,
see you are speaking quite well. So, what is the secret? Tell me about your journey.
the secret is that nowadays I'm trying to. I'm consistent. Last 7 months, every single day I try to talk with. Co-learners every day, at least one conversation. Earlier days, I used to talk with like 4 to 5 people, but I thought that I should try to first of all acquire good knowledge and then try to speak. That it will be helpful. Otherwise, how I can learn this language? I just repeating the same question, same content, same thing. I was not improving very well. So I thought that I should try to speak with quantity as well. Quality stuff, not quantity. So that's the reason. Nowadays I'm trying to talk, especially my main focus is that two things, like listening and speaking. So as much as I can, I try to speak, like some podcasts, some interviews and stories, and try to speak with co-learners. These
So,
days I'm following these
my
two
question,
strategies.
sorry, I'm interrupting you. My question is that you were not able to speak at all. And now you're speaking quite well. You're able to speak so many sentences and you're able to communicate your ideas quite well. So, how have you done that? I mean, just by speaking, you cannot do that because what I feel, if you're not, if, even if you're not able to build even a single sentence, that means you are not even a beginner. All right. You're not even a beginner, but now you're talking. So, I want to know that how did you learn it? Like, how did you start speaking?
Just listening. Earlier days, active listening. Even though earlier days I had no idea like grammar, about basic grammar knowledge is important. I believe that. So I try to learn basic grammar as well. Earlier days I used to take classes on English, Yari. Yeah, I forget to share
Yeah,
this thing.
that's what
Earlier days.
I share
Yeah, yes.
journey. How
So
did
that's why I know you. Yes, yeah. Earlier days, I start my journey with English, Yari. I learned some lesson. How can I construct a sentence? Even though now I'm also facing some challenges, but yeah, I can not easily, but I can try to speak. Even though I'm making maybe bunch of mistake, I know that. But yeah, even I'm trying to speak with learners, with tutor.
so after taking classes at English Ari and from the other teacher, so you left now? You are not taking, you're not, you haven't enrolled yourself in any other course now? That's over, huh? You're learning on your own,
Yes,
that's what I believe.
yes. Now I'm learning by, I'm my own self. Nowadays I'm not taking classes.
Okay, okay, great. Okay, so what do you like when you have these conversations with YouTubers or co-learners? So what do you learn after every conversation?
Every conversation I learn like a something extra because I have a limited knowledge. If I talk to learners, talk to other some YouTubers, so every time I learn some new words, new vocabulary. So that is the best method I can say. Otherwise, I am confused. I have to use this word or that word every time. But when I talk to any other learner, so yeah, and how I can use those words, how can I use like non-verbal communication, verbal communication and non-verbal communication both are really important. Earlier days, I was not at that much good. How I can use non-verbal communication, but nowadays I try to use at least 4%, 10% while communication.
What have you learned about non-verbal communication?
You have already hands-on knowledge regarding this topic, but I am sharing whatever I have knowledge. Like if you have idea, you know about it 100%. And verbal communication, first of all, and I mean to say 93%, we can say how you, your sound and your gesture, your hand movement is matter a lot. And 7% I can say word. If you are good at word, 7%, so maybe you are a phenomenal speaker. But apart from that, if you don't have an idea about your movement, your hand gesture, how to sit, how to stand, how to speak, and this kind of thing. So maybe how you can speak, how you can speak effectively with learners, with others. So we have to work on non-verbal communication. Yeah. And then you feel like you are sound as a confident speaker, maybe.
Yeah,
Yes.
not maybe. It's yes, actually. Body language
Okay.
can give illusion if you're not confident, but if you have that kind of body language, it can give an illusion that yes, this person is quite confident. So body
Yes.
language
Yeah.
plays a major role, and I'm glad you have learned it because many,
Yes.
and I can say most of the students they just focus on learning English, but they don't understand that more than English language, it's your communication that matters. You
Yes.
communicate in any language, your mother tongue, your Rashtriya Bhasha, your mother Bhasha, whatever Bhasha. So if you don't know how to convey your ideas or feelings across, so there is no point of knowing any language. So what I believe,
Yes.
communication skill is the most important skill, especially in today's era. If you want to
Yes.
be successful in your personal and your professional life, communication skill is indeed very important.
Realize three things are really important, especially these days. If we have a good command over this language, and the second thing I can say technology. If we have a hands-on knowledge regarding technology, and third thing like personality. If personality is also matter a lot. If you are good in these three things, so maybe you can definitely win the match. You can definitely join any job in any field. Am I right?
You need to focus on your rate of speech also, Ruby. I don't know, when you're speaking, you are I mean you're speaking very fast.
Okay.
Yeah. So as a result, I'm trying to process that what exactly are you saying? I don't know if it is a network issue, I don't understand, but you are speaking quite fast. All right. So
Okay.
whenever you're talking to someone, make sure your rate of speech is neither too fast nor too slow. Because if it's too slow, the other person will get bored. And if it is too fast, the other person has to be very careful, very attentive while listening. And that may cause little bit miscommunication too. So your rate of speech is equally important.
Thank you for your valuable suggestion. I will definitely work on this thing.
So what are you planning to do now? Next, what's next?
Yeah, nowadays I'm also in between job. I'm searching job in teaching field. Yes.
Oh, what subject?
Maybe if I go for professor, so I will teach political science because I'm preparing for NET. NET is compulsory for like a professor. If I cleared NET, so I will go for professor. Otherwise, teacher. Yeah, in a school level.
Professor. Okay. You will go for the role of professor if you clear that. You see, now there's a problem with your speech, Ruby. That's what I'm noticing. Sometimes I'm not able to understand the words. Pronunciation, focus on that too. Whatever word you pronounce, focus on that. And the technique to do that, focus on your lips movement. Be
Okay.
conscious, be aware when you're speaking. I know in the beginning it may sound a little bit weird, okay, because how to focus on lips all the time. But when you do that, lips movement, your tongue, when you do that, you will get better with time. Your
Okay. Okay.
pronunciation.
So how can I work on this thing? How can I work on this thing, especially pronunciation? Like,
You can just listen to, see, whatever you love listening to. Okay, let's say you love listening to podcast, and let's say you love listening to some maybe goals related podcasts, people who motivate, they help you set your goals, achieve action plan and all that. Listen to them, and whatever speaker is your favorite one, listen to that person, and then pause the video and then try imitating that speaker. Let's say you're listening
okay,
to me. Okay, so while I'm saying something, so later on you will ask me that, ma'am, could you please hold, let me imitate that line, imitate that, and then you see, okay, so this word is supposed to be pronounced like this but not that.
okay,
Okay, if I say I admire many teachers, so now for you, admire is something you want to learn how to pronounce it well. So you will try in your way. You'll say admire, not admire. Many people say admire. I admire. They say
okay.
I appreciate. It's not appreciate, it's appreciate.
Appreciate. I appreciate.
I appreciate. Yes. So when you imitate that, and then second step, you can record your voice. Record it and then listen to that again. And when you absorb, when you immerse yourself in other learning resources too, let's say you're learning from outside resources also and you're practicing, you will realize that no, this word or this sentence is supposed to be said like this but not that, so I was making this mistake. So you can
Okay.
make a separate folder in your phone where you can have these recordings of yours, speak something, and then that will keep
Yes.
a record of your, that will keep a track of your improvement.
Okay. I have to work on like my I mean how I can speak very well. Sometimes I go very
So,
fast.
rate of speech. When you will
Okay.
speak little slow, then you will
Okay.
focus on the pronunciation too. Okay, so you're preparing for your UGC net, huh?
Yes. But now my main focus is that first of all I want to become a good speaker. Yes.
English
Especially
speaker.
in this language. Yeah. I want to learn this language. Because earlier days I faced some difficulties. I was telling that I am telling you now earlier days I was not able to speak. So I faced some problem. I joined a school, but that was not at that much good. So I just left the job and tried to find some different job. And I didn't get selected just because of this language. I thought
Hmm.
that anyhow I have to speak. I have to learn.
That's a big issue, Ruby, because even for example, if I have to enroll my child in some school, I make sure the teachers speak English well.
Yes, yeah,
Because
no,
English is a basic requirement, Ruby. And that is
yes,
why there are so many channels on YouTube, and even beginners are running their channels, and people are like watching them. They have so many subscribers. So they are not experienced, they have. So that's why we can say that people have so much curiosity to learn English, right?
yes,
So It is a basic thing today. This language is a
Yes, yes.
must.
It's a crucial part for job purpose. It's a need. You have
Not
to good command.
purpose. I have a few students, okay, like they are mothers, and they are learning. They are homemakers, huh? And they are learning for their kids, so that whenever they go to PTMs, parents teacher meeting, they can easily converse with teachers in this language, and they can easily mingle up with other parents, those who have great command over their English speaking skills. So they tell me that they feel shy, they hesitate.
Wait a moment, wait a moment. What is the meaning of mingle? Mingle.
Mix, interact, mix up.
Okay. Okay, okay.
You're a good observer, huh? You're observing my every word.
Yeah.
I want to tell this while you're doing all of that. I want to tell my people, my viewers, yes, you see, to learn anything, before learning anything, you need to have that desire, that curiosity, itcha, and I feel that Ruby has it, and she's noting it down. I love that, Ruby. I love this thing in you. So when you have this, you can learn anything without anybody's help. But having said that, without anybody's help, what I feel, it is always good to seek guidance. Any
Yes, of
expert,
course. Feedback plays very important role because I
of
have a
course.
limited knowledge and I'm repeating the same mistake multiple times. And if I have idea about feedback, so I can work easily. Otherwise, I'm facing the same problem. So how I can learn this language? I
Yeah,
realize this thing. Yeah, so that's why nowadays I'm trying to talk with some tutor, expert tutor. They have, remarkable tutor. That's why nowadays I'm trying to connect. They can rectify my mistake. They can correct me.
absolutely, absolutely. So that is why it is always good to invest on your growth. It's good to invest such money, and we should not regret it, right? So that's what we can
Yes,
tell others also, that it's always good to invest money on yourself, on your personal growth, right?
yes, of course,
What are
of
you
course.
writing? What did I say? Did I say something special, something extra?
Not
What are you
personal growth. I love this word now, so I can use this word with other co-learner. Personal growth, professional growth. Every time if I come across any word, so I just read down in my notebook, and I try to use this kind of word with other co-learners, like personal growth, like mingle. Yeah, this kind of words. Yes.
Yeah, amazing. I'm loving you. I'm loving your way of learning. I think this thing people should learn from you, that whenever you're talking to someone, and not just talking, even if people are talking around you, talking in English, observe them, because I used to do a lot. I do that even now, but not their English. I focus on their body language, or I love to know their opinions, their gain something from their wisdom. So I focus on that. But if you're looking for good English language, I mean, if you're looking for good English language learning and all that, so of course, when you talk to somebody, or when people are talking around you in English language, focus, observe them, listen to them. So that way you will pick some words, and you will know how to speak or express any idea
Yeah.
like that. In a
Especially voice modulation. Yeah, where I have to use like pause. Yes,
you
speech.
were talking about voice modulation, body language. These are very important, and these are especially important if you want to be a public speaker. Now, when I say public speaker, if there are more than two people in front of you with whom you're talking, that is your public speaking, okay? Because you have many people there and you're talking to them. So, of course, voice modulation too it's a very crucial part of your language. Like you see, when I'm speaking, I know where I
Yeah.
emphasize. I take a pause, and sometimes I raise my pitch. This is something I
Mm.
tell my all the students, focus on your body language and voice modulation while speaking. That way, your audience doesn't get bored. So if you want to engage your audience, your listeners, right.
Yeah, engage your viewers. Yeah,
If you do that, so you are considered to be, efficient speaker, public speaker, I guess.
yeah. An efficient speaker. I have one question regarding this thing. Like, I am really frustrated with my introduction part. So, how can improve my intro part?
You think you're
Like,
not good at introduction? You're not good at giving introduction? That's what you're saying?
yeah, yes, yes. How can I
It,
sound like very interesting, very captivating when I introduce myself?
introduce yourself first. Chalo, let me see. How do you introduce?
Okay, so again, I am starting. So, yeah, my name is Ruby Charasia, and I am from Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh. And if I talk about my qualification, I have done post graduation in political science, and in addition, I have a bachelor of education as well. And comes to my pride and joy moment. So nowadays, I love reading books, and apart from that, I love to talk with strangers because these days I'm working on brushing up my communication skills. So that is the reason. That's all about from my side. This much.
You speak
Please no
very.
sound. Okay.
What about? See, I tell you, okay, you want to make it captivating. I'll tell you how to do that. But for that, you need to focus on your rate of speech, Ruby. You speak very fast. मतलब शताब्दी नहीं
Okay.
पकड़ो.
Oh,
हाँ. Relax,
no,
calm down.
it suggested that this thing you are speaking really fast. I noticed this thing today. Yeah.
Nobody told you this that you speak so
No,
fast.
yes.
No, you're speaking very fast. I mean, let other person process. You know, now she's talking about me. Okay, she's from. Okay, these are her interests. Okay, I mean, take a pause. There is no voice modulation while you give your
Okay.
introduction. Okay, let me give my introduction. Am I allowed? May I?
Of course, of course.
Okay, so hello, my name is Surbhi Goyal. I'm originally from Punjab, Mandi Gobindgarh. So Mandi Gobindgarh is known for its iron and steel industries, and I'm very proud of my town. I did my schooling, my graduation from there itself. In fact, I started off my career from my town itself as an assistant professor of business communication skills. Talking about my education, I did my Master's of Arts in English Literature and Bachelor's of Education from Punjab University, Chandigarh. So, whatever skills I have attained now and kind of a teacher I am, I owe this to my professors. With the help of them, I know I have realized, and I try to be an efficient teacher every day. With every passing day, I try to become a better person with their wisdom. And now, if I talk about my work, I am a spoken English trainer now. I also have a YouTube channel, small channel, Easy Learning with Surbhi. And besides, I give classes, online classes, spoken English, communication, and personality development to the students of all age groups. That's all about me.
Wow. Wow. That's super.
No, but I made few mistakes. But then I tell you how to make it more captivating. Just I'll give you two, three tips. Huh? Two, three things you change. And always understand, Ruby, just by adding some fancy vocabulary, you cannot make your introduction captivating. Okay? Because you see, our key motive is to make our communication effective. Whatever you're trying to say, it should reach to me. I'm your listener. It should reach to me as it is. Okay? Nothing, no breaking, nothing. So, the very first problem with you is your rate of speech. Focus on that. You don't need to add fancy vocabulary. Okay, keep it simple, keep it simple. Okay, so when you keep it simple, the other person will able to understand you really well. Voice modulation, very important. Take a pause. Okay, my name is Ruby Chorasia. I live in Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh. Take a minor pause,
Okay.
then talk about, and then you can, when you want to switch from one point to the other, so you can do that. Like I did it, and I do that usually. I don't know if according to the who are very so professionals and who have expertise in all of this. I don't know if I'm right according to them, but that's how I give my introduction, talking about my work. Now coming to my life, my personal life, my marriage life, whatever. So I switch my points whenever I switch to something. I mention it,
Okay.
right?
My marriage. Hmm.
Talking about my study or education. And if I talk about my professional life, that way. And then I started speaking. So while
Okay.
switching on from one to other point, I use that phrase, talking about, or if I
Okay.
talk about.
I have to begin like this kind of phrase verb.
You see, okay. Could you just, okay, my name is Ruby Chaurasia. I live in Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh. Okay, what's next? What's next? What did you add then?
Okay, and comes to my education qualification. I have done post graduation in political science, and in addition, I have a bachelor of education as well.
This
And
speed is okay. This speed is
okay,
okay.
okay, thank you. Okay,
Yeah. If I talk about my qualification, every word should be clear. Every
okay,
word. खाना नहीं है हमको गलत नहीं करना है. What should be clear? If I talk about my qualification, I have done. You see, if I talk about my qualification, शन शन पे आके थोड़ा
yeah,
मैंने
then
लिया. हाँ. If I talk about my qualification, comma, while writing you put a comma, right? So take a minor pause here. Give a minor pause. If I talk about my qualification, I have done post graduation in political science. Along with that, I have done bachelor of education too. Along with that,
okay.
bachelor of education too.
Hmm. I use like I'm in between job. Can I use this sentence?
No, in
No.
between job. What does that mean?
Hmm. I'm searching job, which means I'm searching job.
I'm looking for a job. I'm searching for a job. Yes,
Okay,
I'm
so
searching for a job as a professor
teaching
in a
field. In teaching field.
okay in teaching field. I'm looking for a teaching job. I'm looking for a teaching job
Okay.
at a reputed education institution as a political science teacher. That way, complete your sentence. There should not be any doubt. There should be no room for doubt, so that the other person has to ask you, okay, what field? Okay, what subject? No, make it clear. You make it
Okay.
clear. Okay. And it is not necessary that everything has to be in order. Like first you have to speak your name, then place, तो उसके बाद तो you have to talk about your education. At times, while we are in a flow, we forget to add all the points in an order. All right.
Yes.
So you change the order. Like I changed my order while talking about my introduction. I did not mention my interest, but it's okay. I did not add it. You can ask that later because what I feel basics are very important. Basic things should be covered. If other person is interested to know about my interest, that person can ask later. Okay. Maybe you can talk about your family if you wish to. Well, this is my personal suggestion. Never talk about family in details. Nobody is interested.
Yes.
Some students
It is
make
not
this.
sound good, especially family.
You can tell about your number of members, right? But then talking about your father in detail, mom, siblings, no, nobody's interested in knowing that much about your family. If they ask you, then talk about it. Otherwise, you should not. I think that is it for today's session. Enough of
Oh
Gyan.
my, no, this is really fruitful session for me.
I know, but I have to leave now.
Okay.
Is it clear? Introduction part is clear?
Yeah, yeah, yes. No one said, I mean, no one suggested to me you are making this kind of mistakes. Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have been learning this language at least 7 months, 7 to 8 months completed till now. But no one suggested that you are making this kind of like a speech. You have, I mean, rate of speech. So you have to use this kind of thing. Speak bit slow.
I'm really glad to meet you, Ruby. You're such a, I think it's okay to be a good teacher. It's good to be a good teacher, but finding such dedicated students like you, it's tough. And I feel it is very important to be a great learner. You should be receptive towards learning, and that's what you are. And I'm really glad to see you
What
like
is the meaning of deceptive?
that.
Yeah.
Uh, Receptive means open to receiving anything new,
Okay.
new action, new idea, everything. So if person is receptive, that means the person is open,
Okay.
mind
Okay.
is
Okay.
open. Okay, that way our
Okay.
session
I
can
mean,
end.
receiving the ideas. I mean, recepting. Okay. Okay.
Receptive, very open, open
Yeah.
towards
Yeah.
this.
Okay. I got
Okay,
it.
so Ruby, I wish you learning more and more wisdom, more and more knowledge. Okay, so wish you tons
Okay.
of growth, Ruby. Yeah, take care of yourself. Bye.
Yeah, bye bye. Take care. And thank you for this session, this amazing session.